I'm not sure if you could tell by looking at me. Perhaps you're not the kind of person to judge by looks, but I'm not a sports guy at all. Unless we're talking Quidditch. And even with Quidditch, I don't know any of the names or rules or anything. Just the aesthetic of a bony wizard or witch straddling one of those brooms yards in the air, bludgeoning. Anyway, there's been one exception in my lifetime as far as sports media goes, and it's just for the sake of comedy. The League. The League came on my radar just a few seasons in. I think I had watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and saw that The League featured Nick Kroll, so I stayed tuned. Nick Kroll had this incredible short-lived show on Comedy Central. It was a sketch show, super trippy and glitchy and strange, had a balance of cerebral stimulation and lowbrow content, just everything I like in a good show. The League is not that, but it shares some of those same sensibilities, sophomore humor, non sequitur jokes, and over-the-top concepts, but the series usually stays grounded in the realities of sports fandom. Comedy and fandom are two things I can at least understand. The show does a great job of balancing these things against sports, a topic that I've always had trouble staying interested in. Don't get me wrong, with work and interest, I can understand some sports or aspects of some sports, but I've never been prone to competition at all, or teamwork. I was a small kid with astigmatism and was prone to fatigue and paranoia. Not a good recipe for athleticism. Thus, I remained resentful and probably jealous of my athletic peers. Nevertheless, The League captivated me. It was an American sitcom running from 2009 to 2015 on FX/FXX. It was about a group of friends who have been running a fantasy football league since their high school days. This, along with the juvenile locker room antics, have continued on into their middle adulthood to an unhealthy level, affecting every aspect of their lives. It was created and produced by Jeff and Jackie Schaffer and is described as semi-improvised, and it starred a group of established comedians, very gifted ones as well, so it fit in with the rest of FX/FXX programming at that time. While obviously a lot of this show's plots and humor concern American football, it also concerns fandom in general. And I feel that any fanatic should understand the amount of passion that these friends have for their interests, their hobby. And it's not as if the show made me want to go out and start watching Monday Football or anything. But I did start to pick up on some knowledge and minimal understanding of the sport or its fandom. The way in for most people who like this show, while not really picking up on the football references, find their way in through a character, Taco, the brother of the main character, Kevin MacArthur, who is the resident stoner relief. Taco is portrayed by Jon Lajoie. I think that's how you say it. He was an early YouTube comedy musician. He still does some music, but I think now it's more like serious folk music. So, yes, The League captivated me, or at least hindered me from changing the channel in a post-sunny midnight haze. Particularly the bits with a more subdued straight man version of Kroll. I thought it was interesting to see him in that type. Just total opposite of what you see of him in his actual show. His character's wife, easy on the eyes, and Nick Kroll's character's brother-in-law, the second wild card of the show, Rafi, portrayed by the ever-engaging Jason Mantzoukas, who is only prominent in a handful of episodes, most notably the collection of episodes that I am curating for you today, dear audience. I have converted a few people to the League with these bangers, and perhaps I will do so here as well. Beyond the Rafi episodes of the League, which to me were the best, were the episodes also featuring one of the most famous funny men of all time, Seth Rogen, as Rafi's scummy right-hand man and frenemy, Dirty Randy. If you stitch all 4 of their focal episodes together, it creates this absurdist Tarantino-style film about their scuzzy affairs and antics. So if you're not a sports fan, but you can still appreciate irreverent comedy, I would suggest watching all 12 of the Rafi episodes. But honestly, just go ahead and watch the 4 Rafi and Randy episodes in their airing order first. Perhaps the rest of the series won't reach those highs again, as the tone of the show takes a great departure from its usual fare. All of The League is available on Hulu right now, so if you have that service, these will be quite easy to find. The complete list of Rafi episodes that I have curated for you today will be embedded in the description for this video below, but the Rafi Randy episodes that create this little movie are as follows. Season 3, Episode 1, so Seth Rogen would have been a big get for that premiere, The Lockout. Season 5, Episode 4, Rafi and Dirty Randy. That first one just kind of introduces the two, while this one is all about them. Season 6, Episode 4, When Rafi Met Randy, which is an origin stories of sorts, but you got to keep in mind they're unreliable narrators. And then Season 7, Episode 11, Adios y Bienvenido. So again, I've got the rest of the Rafi episodes below. When you check them out, don't forget to come back and comment what you thought, or if you've seen it before, go ahead and let others know what you think about it. I know these probably aren't the most highly revered episodes. If you are a League fan, like your doorway through isn't the humor, it is the sports, I could see where people don't really dig these episodes. But if you like the Rafi Randy eps, maybe you'll like the Rafi eps. And if you like those enough, maybe you'll like or even appreciate the rest of the series like I did. Also, like, subscribe, and don't forget to check out my associates page, AC, where he does his own media mash. My cousin, Osoro Devlin, who does some interesting gaming material. My brother, Rye, who's got the Rye 5 show, where we get into our own top 5 reviews, and the Snide Show live every Friday. So we got a little network here. Enjoy and stay snide. Woo! Woo!